Hello and welcome. My name is Pumele and my surname is Lajwayo. I am here to do a lesson presentation for the grade 5s. I have chosen mathematics as a subject and my topic is about fraction. Let's go through the objectives. There are three objectives, which is remembering, understanding, and applying. Under remembering, I introduce learners to the topic and also define what fraction is. Then label as well as the structure of a fraction. Then under understanding, learners has to be able to compare fraction with if one fraction is greater than, smaller than, or equals to the other fraction as well. Then lastly of our objectives is going to be application. Learners must be able to divide things like cake, pizza, other things in the real world. I'm going to start with my introduction now. With my introduction is with the explicit instruction, where I define what a fraction is and giving examples to the giving real world examples like food, cakes, and other objects. I'm going to model as well how to read, write, and present fraction. Right, we then move to development phase. We did our introduction, now we move to development phase. Under development phase, I have three subtopics, which is concrete, representational, and abstract, which is also known as CPA. Right. My first subtopic is concrete. Concrete refers to the practical learning of student. For example, as I'm teaching fractions, I can also demonstrate by giving an instructions to learners to say, maybe I give them one paper cycle, and I tell them to fold into 4 equal parts, and then after they should shade 3 parts in the 4 parts they've divided with the one paper cycle. Then they shade 3 parts, and then after that they should be able to see and they should be able to say the fraction loud. Right, so we move. So under development phase, we also have representational, which is where learners observe pictures of drawings. Since some learners understand better with something they see with their naked eyes, some learners understand better with visuals. Right, I made an example of a bar model where there are rectangles with shaded and unshaded blocks. Learners must observe the rectangle blocks and be able to say the correct fraction. Last part of the development phase, it is the abstract. Abstract where learners best learn best with symbols. Some learners are good with symbols, memorizing symbols or understanding symbols. There I used comparison because comparison have symbols. So if I use the comparison symbols, learners can easily identify or know which fraction is bigger than the other. That's how I introduce the abstract subtopic under the development phase. Right, then the last part of our lesson will be the consolidation. The consolidation phase where I check learners deep understanding about the topic. Learners deep understanding is expressed with when they relate with fractions in the real world. Right, now I move to the activities. Firstly, it's the first activity. It's the PDF document with the multiple choice questions. The purpose of this activity is to check the understanding of basics regarding fraction. If learners did capture very well the basics of fractions. It is more like an introductory activity. Like, then the second activity is the Kahoot multiple choice questions, where I check the development of their comprehension during the lesson. The main purpose is to check how much they can understand, since fractions differ in subtopics. The intention is for learners to understand every part of fraction, whether addition, subtraction, division of fractions, but every part of fractions must be understood. Then the last activity is in the Word document with a picture of word problems. This activity relates so much with the consolidation phase, because it checks learners' deep understanding regarding the topic. And also, word problems help learners to be critical thinkers and be able to solve real life problems. That will be the end of my lesson presentation. Thank you for the opportunity.